Welcome back to the build. Today is beautiful. It's like December 13th, I think, 60 some degrees out. Perfect weather, sunshine, no wind. I wish like every day was like this. This is my favorite time of year to get work done, when the weather's like this. So let's see, last video I got the strapping up and the beam wrapped. Now I'm gonna pick up where I left off there. I got the ceiling fan boxes mounted and all of the floodlight boxes mounted, one on each corner. Now I'm pulling wire to all of those, getting all that stuff buttoned up that's up inside the ceiling before we actually start putting the ceiling on. Real quick, a couple people actually asked in the last video what's going on with this duct that's in the ceiling. Why is that there and what's it for? That's the range hood vent exhaust fan duct. So above your stove, we got a range hood blower that sucks all of the steam and stuff out of the house and blows it out right there. Once we put this soffit in, there's a vent cover that goes over that with a baffle in it to keep air from going backwards. Same thing on the back porch. You may have noticed there's another one that's a little bit smaller, but that's for the bathroom exhaust vent in the downstairs bath. It goes outside and just blows out the soffit. So I'm gonna pick up and start pulling wire. I got wire pulled over to that floodlight from the house, and now I have to clip it and run another piece of wire all the way over there to that end, so that when you flip the light switch on, it turns on both floodlights. And of course they'll be on a sensor, but when they turn on, I want them both to turn on at once on each side of the house. So that's what we're going to do now. This job hasn't been too bad at all. So I ran the line straight out of the wall to here, put a little loop, ran the rest over to there, the other box, and I had plenty. So now I'm just going to cut this, and we'll have a in and out line. Let's see, as I get this in here to the cable clamp. And these are stapled on each side. Kind of gives it some strain relief. Pull that, tighten the clamp. I'll just put this up in here until we're ready to mount the fans once we get the ceiling on. Next step in the project is to caulk all this hardy trim, get it ready to paint hopefully tomorrow. Today's a perfect day for it. Temperatures are like 60 degrees. And we're going to use Big Stretch by Sashco. This is not sponsored. They just make some of the best products for this type of application that I have found. Use Big Stretch caulking for pretty much all the seams and everything, because it'll stretch like 500%. It doesn't shrink. Sashco also makes Lexel, which is some of the best adhesive, and it comes in like clear tube. It's an adhesive, paintable, silicone-like caulk, but it's way better. So get some Sashco stuff. I'll leave a link below in the description if you're into that. It's a good deal. This is dark brown, which is the closest color they make that I could find that'll match this. The color of the posts is going to be like, it's called a textured bronze. And I took a color sample of that and had the paint matched. And that's what we painted the trim, the beam wrap in. And this is about as close as I could get. It is not a perfect match, but it's not white and it's not clear. So I'm going to paint over it anyway. I just wanted it to be dark. So we're going to cut a little, about a 1/8 inch hole. Start caulking. I don't know if this needs to be poked. Doesn't look like it has to be poked. Oop, nope, doesn't have to be poked. Well, nobody really wants to watch a guy do all kinds of caulking all over the place, so I skipped that part and moved on to the painting. The caulking works really well. It takes about 4 hours for it to skin over really well, and then another 2 weeks to cure fully, but you can paint it in 4 hours. So far, really impressed with that. And the paint I'm using is this Valspar Duramax Flex Shield 365 exterior paint with primer in it. And I didn't want to talk about it before because I didn't know how well it worked, but now that I've used it, I'm on my second coat and it's working really well. For an exterior acrylic latex paint, 2 coats puts a really good skin on, and I think it'll last a long time. So I've got the back porch beam wrap painted, and I'm about to start working on the front porch. Hopefully I can finish this today because it's beautiful out. It's like 65 degrees, a little light breeze. It's supposed to be real nice tomorrow too, so if I can finish this painting today, I'll get to laying out the ceiling tomorrow. Okay, so that's not my favorite thing to do, but the painting is done, finally. And now I'm going to work on this ceiling, figure out the game plan here. We're using the same vinyl soffit material for the ceiling as we did for the rest of the house, the actual soffits. And so I'm going to figure out this J channel here. Just start mounting this J channel along the perimeter. Just see how that goes. I've never done this before, so add that to the list. Another thing that I haven't done yet, but we're going to get her done. So my little strategy here is going to be, I'm going to clamp these up just to hold them since I'm working by myself. Well, that actually works really good. Fast clamps. All right. Now, I'm going to try the strap shot, which is the pneumatic nail gun for like joist hangers, because it has the nail that sticks out a little bit, so you can fit it into a hole. And I'm hoping this is going to work, because that'll make this really fast. So let's try it over here in the corner where it won't matter if it messes up. I need to turn the pressure down to about 95. Well, this works pretty freaking good. It's about 36 degrees out, so cutting this stuff, it's kind of brittle when it's this cold, so I'm trying not to, break it. So when it's warmer, it's a lot more pliable, but right now I'm just cutting through 3 at a time and taking it slow and hoping for the best. We're trying to get some stuff done here. Pretty good. A lot of static electricity in the air also. And this dust likes to stick. Now, like most things, this is probably not supposed to be a one-person job, but I'm doing it. So we try to get one end into the J channel like that, and then kind of bend it and bow it, get the other end in. There we go. Click it into place, push it up so that that little seam kind of locks, and then you pull it, and that locks it into place pretty well. And this nailer works pretty darn good. I just hold a loose grip on it so I'm not like jamming it into the material, which will basically break the tab. I want it to leave about an 1/8 inch of a gap off of the material, like that. I only figured that out after practice, but that way we got a little bit of expansion there, and if it's too much, I can tap it in with the hammer. But this is a heck of a lot easier than trying to pound a roofing nail in with a hammer, because these bounce a lot. Come here, hose. Yep, kind of messed that one up. And that's it. And with that, our vinyl soffit porch ceiling, at least on the back porch, is complete. I'm going to go ahead and end this video. This is going to be the end of our season 6 on YouTube here, and we'll pick it back up next year. So over the next week or so, I'm going to work through the front porch ceiling, and then probably just take a week off and relax a little bit. It's been a long year. It's been a lot of work. We've gotten a heck of a lot done, and we're this close. So again, I want to thank all of you for watching. Definitely want to thank all of our sponsors for supporting our channel, without whom we couldn't do videos. And yeah, that's going to do it for this one and for this year. Hope you all have a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Holidays. See you next year.